Hi, today I want to show you how to create a 1D Scratch project. This project, if you use your arrow key, the right arrow key, and hit right, it's going to move to the right, and you can also see that the wheels is turning, and you can also use the left arrow key to move left on this one line. And let's look into the project and see how we can create this. You can click on see inside, and the link for this project I'll share it in the description. There's only one sprite in this project, and you can see that there's some code. And before we go into the code, let's look at the costumes. In the costumes, I create 3 different costumes. They essentially look the same except the wheels. You can see that the wheels are turning, right? And then when you move between the costumes, it's as if the wheels are turning. Now the trick of making costume like this that is you can create a single costume and make copy and then make small tweak. For example, if I want to make it smoother, I could just duplicates and then move this line to make it just turn this line. Make sure you're selecting the right objects. So when a line is selected, you can see that the whole line is selected. You can turn it a little bit, and then that way the wheel turning is a little smoother, right? And same with this one. We can duplicates and then just select the line and make it turn just a little bit. And in our code, we are going to be switching or changing costume from the first one to the next one and continue on till the last one, and then it will loop around to the top. So now we can test it by clicking the green flag, and then you can see that it looks like the wheels could be turning more smoothly, and you can just adjust it, and you can also change the color of the car. So I'm going to, because I don't need to have that many costumes, I think it's smooth enough, so I'm going to remove the one that I just added. Alright, so now that we know that you can copy and paste a costume to add more smoother animation if you like, you can then also take a look at this project. So let me explain what this project does by first break them apart and let you know what it would, if it doesn't have that code, how it would work. So if I break apart these 2 blocks, that means that it won't do anything when the right arrow key is pressed, or it won't do anything when the left arrow key is pressed, because there's no code connect to it. So now if I test again, I click on the right key, but nothing happened. I click on the left key and nothing happens. But if I were to connect them back and just click on the right key, now you see it's moving. Same if I connect it back and then click the left key, now it can move left. Also, there's something, these are important. When the green flag is clicked, I tell it to switch the costume to one of the costumes. Okay, and then the second block, go to X and then Y. That's important. When the program starts, it will put it in the spot where you want, right? So let's say we move this around like before the program starts, but when you click on the green flag, it's going to put it in the spot. The spot by what? By a position in the 2D coordinate. The 2D coordinate system is that you have a horizontal line called X and then vertical line, which is not shown here, vertical line called Y. And a point has an X value and a Y value. So here, this sprite is now at a position, its center is at the position 3, X equals 3 and Y equals 38. If I move it out of some random place, you can see that the X and Y value also gets updated. If you move this around, you can see that the X, Y value kept being changed. And what's cool is that Scratch program will show you the current sprite positions by X and Y. Alright, and then when I click on green flag, it will snap it back into where this box says. Go to X equal Y equal 3 and Y equal 38, and also point in direction 90 degree. So this you can play with the directions by click on this and moving this around, see your sprite rotate. And this will be useful when you want to simulate rotating, or you want to simulate or emulate going horizontally, right? I don't need to make that change. I can just have it point to 90 degree. I'm going to change it back to just 90, and that way it will point to 90. But if I want to point to the other way or the other way, you can just set your directions. But for this project, I just need 90. And then the other, so when you click on the right, let's look at this block. When the right arrow is clicked, it points to direction 90, and then it changes to the next costume, and then it moves by 10 steps. You can see it move X, it updated the X value by 10, because if you look at this X value, because you can see every increment or every increase is by 10, 40. So here, going from 3 to 13 to 23 to 33, right? And if I go to the left, it decrements or decreases by 10. And that's because I can just get another one. If I want to change it to 20, and then I hit right, it's moving faster. As you can see, it's moving to the right by 20. Same, I can change X by negative 20. By negative meaning negative will be moving to the left. So now if I hit left, it's going to change X by negative 20, right? You see the X value kept decreasing by 20 each time I hit a left. I'm going to change it back to 1. And this shows you how you can adjust the step size, something you can call the step size. How, for each step, how far do you want it to go, right? Right now I change it back to 10. And that's how you can move along x-axis. You just by changing the x value and leave the y value alone, and you can change it by adding. So by this block, it means change x by something. That means you add 10 to your current x value, and change x by a negative value, meaning you subtract, right? You subtract 10, or you can say you add negative 10 to your current x value. Hope you find this helpful. See you next time.